I'm back for the final video in our series taking a look at the monster cards. This is set number 4. Please stick around. I'm AZ Mountaineer. This is our channel, Old School Rules, where we celebrate the community of old school gamers and grognards who like classic RPGs, miniatures, magazines, and everything that goes with it. The Off the Shelf series is an opportunity to take a closer look at an item from my collection. And for the last few videos, we've been taking a look at the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons monster cards. And this is the final one of those. This is set number 4. Hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so these monster card sets, as you know, if you've seen the prior videos, this is what you got. There was a cover card that had the name of the monsters that were in there, and then you got these 20 different cards with art on one side, statistics on the other. It'd have armor class to hit, damage, a short narrative description, and as I said before, this is a way you could basically have these in front of you. You wouldn't necessarily have to go through the books. Show your players some slightly different artwork, which is good artwork. I always love more artwork. And you'd have all those stats right there on the back so that you would have that right in front of you as well. Obviously, if you had artistic talent, this might have inspired you to make some cards of your own or some drawings with some stat blocks of your own to use in the table. My understanding is these weren't super popular at the time. They're fairly collectible. If you are going to collect them, make sure you're getting a complete set. If not, you should be getting a pretty steep discount on the price, because people who want to buy these definitely want to make sure they have all 20 cards in the set. So here's your cover for set number 4. And you remember these are the TSR code is 8009, 10, 11, and this one's 8012. They list the cards, and as they point out, you get 17 cards for monsters that are in the monster manual or the Fiend Folio, and you're going to get 3 new monsters in each set, which is kind of, I think, an added bonus. And you get all these really cool cards. So we're going to take a look at these. I said you can sort of play along and make this fun to see if you can identify the monster and identify the artwork to see how well you know those artists. $3 was the buying price in the catalog back in the day. Art from a lot of the very favorite artists from that golden age were involved in the project. Not all of these are signed, so I'm not able to identify all of them for us. Here's the Axebeak, first one. It's not signed, but it's really cool. I like the art quite a lot. This is a really good monster. I had a DM use one recently, and if you haven't ever used one in your campaign, a herd of these things, a few of these things could be a pretty good encounter. Classic artwork, the Black Dragon. This particular version is done by Harry Quinn. And then we've got a Bugbear. Pretty standard fare, right? Everyone's got a slightly different take on the Bugbear. I'm kind of partial to Trampierre's version, but. And then we have the Bombardier Beetle. And the Bombardier Beetle looks a little bit like a wasp without the wings, perhaps. And another Harry Quinn drawing. This is the Dire Wolf. Then we have the Gorgon. That's a really cool monster. If you haven't ever used one of those in your campaign, you definitely should think about creating an encounter where the players will find that. Here's our standard Halfling. This one is more of, it looks like he's a little bit more of a fighter. Again, no artist signature here. Then we get to one of our new monsters. You may not be as familiar with. I'm certainly not as familiar with stuff from Monster Manual 2. This is the Hibsel. Small antelope centaurs. A cross between a centaur and a pixie, only 3 feet tall. They speak various languages. Mortal enemy of the gnolls. And usually friendly with forest creatures like deer, bear, etc. And then this is a Harry Quinn art. This is another new one. It's called the Corrid. Dance-loving folk that carry cudgels and large pouches containing hair, shears, and other items. They like to trap intruders by weaving the hair that they carry into animated, entangling ropes. That's apparently one of their special attacks. These little creatures are only 3 feet tall as well. And then going back to the classic Monster Manual, this is the Hippocampus. And based on the bottom left corner, I'm pretty sure that's the cut-off signature of Errol Otis. Plus the artwork looks kind of familiar. Then we've got the Lacrota. Again, this one don't see a signature on. And then this straight up the Merman. And finally, we've got another new monster. Had a DM use this in a campaign. It was pretty good, especially because most of us had no idea what it was at first. This is called the Obliviax, or Memory Moss, an evil sentient black moss that has the magical power to steal the memory of others. If you get within 60 feet of it, you save versus spells, where it steals your memories from the last 24 hours, which for magic users includes your well, I guess maybe clerics too, memorize spells. One creature per round until successful, and then it will not use that attack again for 24 hours. But that's a pretty cool creature. And again, if your players don't know that Monster Manual too, you can get some cool little random things to throw in there. Well, speaking of things that your players probably know all too well, and hopefully you've made good use of this creature in your campaign, this is the Rust Monster. Absolutely fabulous, fabulous AD&D monster. Then we have your standard issue Stone Giant. Again, no signature on this artwork here. And then this is someone's interpretation of the Succubus. Then we've got another signed Harry Quinn drawing here. This is actually a were-tiger, not a normal tiger, but obviously in tiger form. And then here's a really cool monster I used on some characters recently, and you should definitely consider using the Sioux Monster. I don't think it gets utilized very often, and it can be a pretty tough opponent. And then the classic Vampire. This one's looking very Hollywood-esque. And then this little guy at the end here is a great art by Errol Otis. This is the Wind Walker. I don't know that there was a picture of the Wind Walker in the Monster Manual where this came from. So that's it for Monster Cards Set number 4. That's the 4th and final installment of these videos where we take a look at the Monster Cards TSR's creation from 1982. I think they did a lot of things there where they were sort of trying to figure out what people might be willing to buy, where they can make some money besides just putting out the books and the modules. I thought this was a great suggestion. I've really enjoyed taking a look at these things with you all. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. I hope you're a subscriber to the channel, and if you've got friends who might enjoy our content, please send them our way. Hopefully they will be subscribers as well. Have a great rest of your week. And until next time, my friends, keep rolling 20s.